Hi, Facebook and YouTube and maybe LinkedIn. So thank you so much for joining me. If you've been joining my whole sort of series, talking to you folks out there who are fully booked, you are booked out, you are beyond booked. So without further ado, I am incredibly blimmin' excited to officially throw open the doors to cohort number 3 of Breakthrough. So I want to just tell you a little bit about it. If you've got any questions, just put them into the comments. So what is it? You might think this is all top secret. It's absolutely not. I'm going to tell you. So Breakthrough is an implementation-based group coaching program and mastermind for fully booked hair and beauty entrepreneurs, hair and beauty business owners who are ready to drop a day behind the chair per week, sustainably, permanently, without sacrificing any profit. I created Breakthrough back in about a year ago. September last year was the first cohort, and then we had another one in February of this year. This is cohort 3. So I created it last year because I saw so many bosses who were really suffering in silence. They were so busy that they'd started to become resentful of their clients, resentful of their business, resentful of themselves, truth be told. But they never felt like they could tell anyone. They felt like they had to really struggle in silence because they felt like their challenges and their struggles were not valid. They weren't allowed to, struggle. They weren't allowed to feel challenged by it because so many other people, it seems, would, snap the hand off to be in the same position. And a lot of people were struggling to get bums on seats. A big question that was being asked in groups is anyone else quiet? And it kind of drove this sort of problem underground, and people weren't talking about it. They were talking about it to me privately in DMs, and that is why I decided to put Breakthrough together. Nails by Chloe, I need you. This is me. Well, I hope it is. I hope I get a chance to work with you, and I'll tell you how. I'll tell you a bit more as well. So these were people who are incredibly driven, incredibly motivated, super ambitious. They wanted more. A lot of them had ideas for plans for really exciting new projects. They had new opportunities on the horizon, just ideas and things that they wanted to explore, but they felt really, really boxed in by the business. Like they've created a bit of a prison for themselves. Rachel C, I cannot freaking wait for you to be with me in cohort 3. I'm absolutely thrilled. I wanted to create a program that was rooted very much in strategy, the doing, but reinforced and surrounded by identity work, embodiment and integration, the being. So we do both. We do the doing and the being because it doesn't work with just one or the other, in my humble opinion. I knew that in order to make these changes stick, not just to get there, but to actually make them stick, because that is the whole point, each step that we go through had to be in the exact right order, nothing more, nothing less, and we had to do it together. Someone on Facebook, I plan to be too tired to carry through with my plans because I'm fully booked. Get in touch with me. I can't see who it is. For some reason on Facebook, it says Facebook user, I think, if you don't give StreamYard permission. But if you haven't already, send me a DM and we can have a chat about it. So who is it for? I am very, very particular on who it's for and who it's not for. So listen really closely to this, please. It is for you if you are a fully booked hair and beauty entrepreneur and you are ready to drop a day, a week behind the chair, sustainably, permanently, with no drop in profits, no sacrifice in profits. We aim to do that within the first 6 weeks. Obviously, everyone's business is different, but what we do is we shoot for a big goal very quickly. But we've obviously got buffer time, Some people it's a little bit less, some people it's really, really quick. But the point is we move through the process together. So that's what we do in the first 6 weeks. That's the aim of that. It is for you if you have already used my pricing calculator, Boss Your Profits, because it is integral. It is imperative that you have correct pricing. You cannot strategize your way out of shit pricing. We will make all of our lives much harder if we try and do any strategic work on top of pricing that isn't correct, on top of, shaky numbers. We start off with other numbers. We get you tracking things. We get you, monitoring the figures and starting to, look at the data and look at the trends. I'll teach you how to do all of that. It is really, really important that we get under the hood of your business. But I need you to have used Boss Your Profits. We go through it together. It's the only place that you can go through Boss Your Profits with me personally. But you have to have at least looked at it before. Please don't come to me with, prices that you've just nicked off whoever, Brenda down the road. And ideally, you'll have implemented at least one price increase off the back of it. The reason being is that I know that you've gone through the process, and it also shows me that you can follow curriculum, that you can implement, that you can do hard things, that you can, do things that are quite challenging. Price increases are always hard. I don't think they ever feel easy. So having done that is a very good indicator for me that you are the type of person who will be good at breakthrough. And it shows you that hopefully you already work with my style of teaching, that we're going to be a good fit, because we're going to spend a lot of time together. So it's really important that we both feel really good in each other's company. It is for you if you are coachable, if you are dedicated, if you are committed to showing up and to follow an improving process, to doing the things. You want to keep your business lean so you don't have the headache of hiring employees. If you've got employees already, that's absolutely fine. Half of cohort 2 had staff. One person in cohort 1 had staff. So it's not to say that you can't join if you have staff, but it is not a program based on recruitment, leadership, that sort of process. Not that it is not for salon owners. I don't want to discount anyone or have anyone think that it's not for them. The feedback that I've had from bosses who are salon owners with employees is that they felt like they became a better coach having been coached through Breakthrough. And also because the whole point is to free them up more time, that allowed them more time to spend with their teams, to be coaching their teams, supporting them. So it's like a nice byproduct of that. But I just want to be really, really clear, this is not a leadership course. You will not learn that inside of this program. You will likely become a better leader, but it's not because we're teaching you leadership. I hope that makes sense. You want to free up a day per week to leverage that time, perhaps. So maybe it's to focus on an educator business, coaching business, work on the long-term strategy to boost future profits, work with your teams, come up with a brand, like a new brand, whatever. Or if you just want to do something in your personal life, if you just want to have a bit of adventure, have a bit of rest, or just say yes to the things in life that you've probably been saying no to for quite a while. So that's who it is for. Who's it not for? It's not for you if you haven't got your prices right yet. It's not for you if you're not fully booked at least 80% of the time. It's not for you if you're looking for a quick fix. This is absolutely not one of those. It is not for you if you are looking for someone else to do the work. It is not for you if you aren't ready to commit to an implementation process right now. And it is not for you if you want magical results with no action, or you think that by simply paying me, your life will change overnight tomorrow. No. I wish that was the case. But you need to show up. You need to do, I'm taking care of my side of the street. You need to show up and take care of yours. And we will work wonderfully together if that is the case. So the kind of logistics around it and what to expect from the program itself and what happens, at the point of enrollment, etc. So Breakthrough is really different to all of my other programs and courses because it's by application only. I'll tell you why we do that. This ensures that we are a good fit for each other. Like I say, we're going to spend a lot of time in each other's company, and you will be part of a group. So it's imperative that everyone, gels, everyone gets on, that there's a certain sort of type of person. We're very, very mindful of like the culture of the group and the people in there. So it makes sure the application process makes sure that you're a good fit and I'm a good fit for you, right? I also guarantee this program. So I guarantee that you will drop that day a week behind the chair without sacrificing profits. And if you don't, I will work with you for free until you do. There are terms and caveats to the guarantee. You have to show up and do it. Like I say, very much this is based in you have to show up and do the thing. But if you do and it doesn't work, I will absolutely work with you for free until it does work, okay? So you can understand, because I make that promise and that guarantee, I have to really make sure that everyone who is invited to join is in a very, very good position for all of those things to happen. So you get to, point A, and then I will get you from point A to B. Well, we'll do this together. When you join, you send an email just to confirm, just so you know that you're in. You'll be sent a receipt. Prices include VAT, so you've got all that for your account and keep them happy. And as we get closer to starting, we start officially on the 25th of September, you'll be sent your welcome email. That's like a nice welcome pack with your next steps, calendar for all of our call dates, the link to the community group, what to do next. Everything's in there. So you just save that email. That's got everything that you need. All members get access to an exclusive members-only Facebook community group where you can meet your fellow breakthrough bosses. As always, that's a private group. No one can see that, your friends, family, no one else. It's just us in there. What else? So you'll have a space in there to continue the conversation on whatever it is that we're working on, to seek and to share accountability. So to give accountability and ask for accountability, and process together any challenges that are coming up in real time. You will be implementing things as you go. So things will come up. There will be scenarios where you'll say, right, I've done this as part of this. How do I navigate this? Or this is what's happening. Can I have some support in this? Or you know what it's like in the pricing group where people just need maybe a little bit of motivation. They need to be told that they're not an arsehole, that they're doing the right thing. That is very much the vibe inside of there as well. And sometimes we talk very sort of high level strategic stuff. Sometimes it's just, I need a little bit of motivation. I just need to feel safe and secure in this group. It is a 6-month program in total. The first 6 weeks are curriculum sessions. So the curriculum is with me. It is live with me. It is implementation based. It's designed to be exactly what you need when you need it. No fluff, no filler, no nout. If you do not need it to drop a day without sacrificing profits, it is not in there. Okay, everything in there is designed to hit that one goal. Okay. We optimize the entire business, your entire customer journey for profitability. First and foremost, we also look to reduce any leaks, any losses, any bottlenecks that we can along the way. So we're making more money and we're reducing as many losses. A lot of people there are absolutely horrified. There was someone in Breakthrough Cohort 2 who worked out that in a year, it was something in the region of about 25 to 30,000 just in losses that were recovered by implementing some processes, some systems, some automations that we did together in there, which is amazing. I have never worked with anyone where there isn't at least like 5 to 10,000 that we can't, start retaining straight away. So we do all of this. And that means that when we come to drop the day, you feel really financially safe to do so. We don't just go, right, you're just going to drop a day next week. That would be absolutely wild. We also as well seek to cover the entire cost of your enrollment as quickly as possible, because, it is a financial commitment. It is, it's not a 99 quid course by any stretch. So we do seek to cover that as soon as physically possible. Let's have a look. The curriculum sessions, they are held on Zoom. So you can have your camera on or off, whatever. You can come up and speak. Some people just like to sit back and kind of take it in. If you're an introvert, extrovert, if you like watching other people be coached, if you prefer to be active and ask questions, like whatever works for you, there'll be a chat box. So just do whatever feels good for you in there. And you will be sent any associated kind of worksheets, resources, whatever in advance of that. So you'll be sent that like a day and a half in advance, so you can print it out, download it, whatever, however you like to write on things. If you're digital, if you're pen and paper, so you can feel really, really prepared. If you want to start going through that yourself beforehand, you can. Some people like to do that and then just kind of reinforce it together. Some people like to come with it blank. Completely your call. So we'll go through that together. We actually collaborate on the curriculum in real time. So I'll go through it. I'll fill in the worksheets and the resources, but we're kind of doing it as a group as well. And that means that you can ask specific questions. You can glean wisdom from your fellow bosses and from me. And every single time I do this, the help that people get from other people and how they think and how they approach things is way more than if you just doing it by yourself. And actually, even if it was me and you, because it's like many minds coming together. It's like becomes this sort of mastermind type vibe, which is really cool. In the middle of the 6 weeks, there'll be an implementation week. It's actually Saladin National Week, so if anyone's there, I'll hopefully see it. But it means that it gives you a bit of time to catch up. If you're caught up, you can have a rest. If you fell behind or there's anything else that you want to do, it means that you've got that time where we won't have a call. But if you want to, you can obviously do some implementation. That sits nicely in the middle of the 6 weeks. At the end of the 6 weeks, we move from the doing and we shift into the being. This is when we are joined by the brilliant Hilly Jepson, aka the Resilient Hairdresser, who hopefully you know and love as much as I do. Haley is a qualified psychotherapist. I was also a hairdresser in a past life, as was I, and she now makes it her mission to support the hair and beauty industry, set boundaries, avoid burnout. So every fortnight, you'll be invited to a call. So one's with Hayley, one's with me, and we alternate every 2 weeks. Mine will be things like group coaching, hot seat sessions, Q&A sessions, roundtables. Hayley will be delivering actionable workshops, interactive workshops, and they are based on the kind of inner journey that we see people taking as they go through this process. I'll pass that on, Linda. She's absolutely brilliant. What we've actually noticed is, it's funny, in all of the sessions in the last 2 cohorts, when me and Hayley take our sessions in part 2, is everyone tends to be going through the same things and having similar sort of challenges. So the way we're doing it now is actually being sort of proactive, and we're coming together to come up with worksheets and things like that, worksheets and workshops to do those as a group together. So I'm not going to give too much away on those, but you will almost think that we're psychic. We're not psychic. I'm just very data driven, and I look at the data and I work out, at this point, this is what, this is when they start wobbling about this. Let's help them in advance. So you'll feel like we've almost met the need before it happens, which is really cool. Valerie on Facebook, do you work on money matters only to drop a day or to talk about people's skills to implement the goal? So, can you say it in a different way, Valerie? I'm not 100% sure if I understand. When you say talk about people's skills, say a little bit more so I can get that. Sorry, I just need a tiny little bit more specificity or context, if you don't mind. So yeah, and Hayley's is all about like this inner work, this shift in identity, because what you'll find is you will leave the program a different person. You will literally feel like a different person. People tell us that they feel like they've stepped into the CEO shoes. They're making decisions from a place of logic, from strategy, not from emotion, not from, emotional discounting, people pleasing. That's all of the stuff that we look to work through. So when you come out of the other end, you will feel like a very, very different person. So we need to do the sort of business work, but we very much need to do the sort of inner work as well. And that's why we choose to do it this way. There is also a VIP option. So if you want to, you can go for that, and you get 3 one-on-one calls with me privately within the 6 months together. Quite a lot of previous bosses use those to map out their next steps. Many of them went into education and have successfully launched their education, which is amazing. Those one-on-ones are for you to do whatever you want with. It's your time, but if that is something on the horizon, obviously that's something that I do. And I'm going to toot my own horn. I know a lot about it. I do it really well. So if you want some help with that, you can go for the VIP option so we can start putting those wheels in motion for what goes on kind of beyond breakthrough for you. Timeline. So we are officially, we are officially accepting applications. If you have filled your form in over the last couple of days, I think I've got about 3 or 4 from the last day or so. I've been getting through those. Thank you so much for everyone who's taken a minute to fill those in. To ensure everyone feels really supported inside of Breakthrough, we keep the group really, really small. So for this cohort, we're going to be capping at 16 people maximum. This is cohort 3. Just FYI, we sold out the last 2 cohorts before we planned to officially close. So I don't tend to set a closing date. It's more when we reach our limit in terms of numbers, because we want to make sure that people get, enough one-on-one support, and we don't want it massive where people just feel like they're in the background and they're not getting heard and they're not feeling supported, because that's really important to us. We have Alafs in officially because we have actually welcomed 4 bosses in already. So we have filled 4 out of the 16 spaces so far. That is because we opened enrollment to folks inside of Elevate, so we give them priority. So we have obviously had some conversations there. Just if anyone's interested, 2 of our lovely bosses are like nails, from the nails and beauty side of things, and 2 are from the hair world. Yes, Rich, you've got some buddies. You're buzzing. And one of our lovely bosses is actually all the way from New Zealand, which is very exciting. Some early mornings for them, but I absolutely love the dedication. So if you have already DM'd to express any sort of interest or anything like that, if you've sent me the word busy, if you've asked anything, please check your messages, because you should have the link to the information page and the application form. If you haven't, or you've got any questions, literally just send the word busy again and it'll just ping you through again. If you haven't yet, please DM me the word busy. It's really helpful if you do it on Instagram. Just for my brain, it keeps everything in one place, and I will get to you quicker. Just, ADHD brain. Let's make everyone's lives easier. It will work on Facebook, but if you message me like privately, I'll just say, would you mind popping me over on Instagram? So that'd be super helpful. Thank you. So just DM me the word busy, and my little automation will send you a link, and I can share how we can work together. Valerie, I find that when I drop a day, money is not the issue. It's clients putting the pressure on to have me there, or clients not wanting staff. 100% this. So this is not our first rodeo. It is much like how I teach in pricing. It is less about the numbers. The numbers are fine. I can teach anyone numbers. The harder part, as you'll all know, is the how do I actually do it? How do I communicate it? How do I get, lead myself through that process of sending a mass email or putting a post on, and the anxiety that comes with every reply that comes through, and standing in front of my client, standing in front of Doris, who I've done for 20 years, and telling her that she doesn't get this discount anymore. So we know that is the harder part, and because breakthrough is like next level sort of stuff, we know the challenges, the mindset issues, the kind of internal conflicts, the imposter syndrome, the inner critic, all of that raises up. Like, we know this is exactly the reason that I asked Haley to come in and be a program coach with her expertise, so we can navigate that. So yes, very much, Valerie, this is it. You would not be the first person to join Breakthrough who had those challenges and was navigating that. So yeah, we can absolutely help you with that too. Wonderful. Right, I'm going to clock off now. It's getting late, so I have time back at the gym in the morning. Like I said, just DM the word busy if you just want to get the info and have a little read through in your own time. We're up to 4, like I say. So any of you who are, I know some of you are kind of midway through the process, we're sort of having a chat, maybe you're thinking about it, maybe there's something that I've asked you or something that I need clarification on, please just pick up with me and let me know that it is still a priority for you, so I can make sure that we can have that conversation before we fill up, because I'd hate for anyone who had got in touch very early to miss out, because I know what it's like with messages and keeping on top of stuff. You're welcome, Valerie. Thank you so much for your time, as always. If you haven't watched any of my other videos talking about this and you just want to get a feel for it, please feel free. They're all on my Instagram over the last couple of weeks. If you've got any questions, just pop me a DM. Wonderful. Thank you so much for your time, bosses. See you in a bit. Ciao.